Okay, so before we get to the list of the rides included on the Genie Plus, let's talk about, this is from the Laughing Place, and this affects me because I'm disabled, that the new option coming for guests using the Disability Access Service Program, or the DAS at Disney. It says Walt Disney World and Disneyland guests who use the DAS program will have a digital option available to use directly in the My Disney Experience app, at Disneyland Resort app, and at the Disneyland Resort app when Disney Genie launches later this fall. Disney announced various details on the new Disney Genie service this afternoon, along with its 2 add-on services. Included in the announcement was an update being made to the DAS program where guests will have a new option to enroll in the program pre-arrival and select attractions to experience directly in the app. This will not replace the existing in-person DAS program, which will remain, but gives guests another option to use if they choose. And then you can learn more by clicking this. So you can go to the Laughing Place to get the details. So here's what you do. Another thing you have to register for. But when you go in the parks, when you have a disability pass, you have to go to, like when you walk in, you go to the guest services and you register, and the disability pass is good for 30 days. So if you just register once, you can use it your entire vacation. And I register and I could use it for the whole month. So if I go for the day and then I go 2 weeks later, it's still good. But here you can pre-register via video call. Guests will register virtually with a cast member as early as 30 days in advance of a park visit. So I'll be doing this soon for my trip in October. During the call, guests will be able to select up to 2 experiences per day. You'll be given a 1-hour return window to redeem during the day of the visit, and selections will appear on the My Disney app and on the website. Okay, with the same day... Oops, I lost my spot here. With the same day DAS return time self-selection tool, guests will no longer have to physically go to an attraction or experience to obtain. See, that's a nice feature. Now, when you have a DAS, how it works is it's kind of like a fast pass system. You actually have to go to the ride and check in with a cast member, and they give you a return time to come back to go through. And what you do is you bypass the queue and you go right into the back entrance. So that's what I do. And they'll say, okay, come back in an hour and we'll get you right on through the back entrance, because I use a wheelchair in the parks. So now you can do it through the app, which I think is nice. And I don't think this is something they're going to charge you for. I think it's, free for disabled people. Once registered, DAS is valid, for up to 60 days. The thing is, when you register in person, I don't know if anybody really gets turned away, because a lot of disabilities are invisible. I have a friend who has MS, but you can't tell by looking at her, but she has a hard time walking after a while. She has a really hard time with her leg walking, so she has to use a cane. But if she walked up to get one, she looks perfectly healthy. And a lot of illnesses are invisible illnesses, so I don't think they turn people away. So I just worry about people taking advantage of this. Not that long ago, they would allow anybody in a scooter or a wheelchair to completely bypass the line on most rides and go right through the exit. Well, I used to do that, and people in my party would go with me, but I was in a wheelchair or a scooter and I was on oxygen, and they would let me go right through. They don't do that anymore because people were taking advantage of that, and they would rent a scooter just so they could go through the exit. So they ruined it for all of us real disabled people. So we'll see if there's any requirements. I mean, right now, I don't think you have to show a doctor's note. I mean, my disability is obvious because I'm on oxygen, but I don't know how it works if you have an invisible illness. Do they look for proof, or I'm not sure. Do they turn anybody away? It says right now, the DAS program is you visit an attraction to receive a return time comparable to the current wait time. Once the time is issued, they can enjoy other theme park activities. So basically, say I went to Haunted Mansion and they said to me, okay, say the wait time is 50 minutes. They're going to give me a return time like 50 minutes later. So I just don't have to wait in the line, but I'm technically waiting. It's stupid, I think, but people take advantage of it. So another way around it is to let people with disabilities go through an exit, but they have to bring a doctor's note. which would be a pain in the neck though. I don't know if a doctor would write a note for that, but so they give you a return time. So it's kind of like you're waiting in the line, but you're not. I think it's just to discourage people from taking advantage of it. But technically you could still go get the pass and do it, and they don't charge you. So it's kind of like a fast pass for free. So I'm not sure how Disney handles this or keeps people who are not disabled from pretending they're disabled, which people do. Okay. So anyway, now you can use it on the app, which is very much more convenient for somebody with the DAS. So that's good. Okay. Now Blog Mickey has a rumor. Full attraction list for paid Disney Genie Plus and Lightning Lane services. So this is exciting. This just came out today. So this is strictly dealing with Walt Disney World. More than 40 attractions will be included in the Genie Plus lineup, while only a handful of headliners will be available as Lightning Lane exclusive purchases and not included with the Genie Plus. So if you get the Genie Plus, which is $15 per person per day at Walt Disney World Resort, these are the rides it includes. So basically you are paying $15 per person per day to access the Fast Pass system. From what I can gather, it works the same as the old Fast Pass system where you go online and you reserve, but they're opening reservations. The only problem is that you can make reservations as early as 7 o'clock. And I read an article, it's in our Facebook group, that if you're staying on property, you get first dibs on this system. So what if all the reservations are taken up before the park even opens? See, I don't think they should allow people to do that until they're actually physically in the park. I'm sorry, but I don't think you should be allowed to do it. So if you're staying on property, I read today, you get access to this system first. Okay? But the system opens at 7 a.m. So here are the rides included on the Genie Plus, which is basically the paid Fast Pass. So you can see Magic Kingdom, Small World, Thunder Mountain, Buzz Lightyear, Dumbo, Belle, Haunted Mansion, Jungle Cruise, Tea Party, PhilharMagic, Monsters Inc., Peter Pan. That's good. Peter Pan's a popular ride. Pirates. Mine Train. See, there's a little asterisk. Lightning Lane only. Lightning Lane only. So I don't know why it's in this list. And Space Mountain is Lightning Lane only. I guess they have that caveat there. So the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and Space Mountain will only be available through the Lightning Lane, which would be a separate purchase. Okay. Then you have Splash Mountain, Barnstormer. So this is how it works. You go to the park, okay? And we always use the family of four as an example. And you have a family of four, and you decide, okay, we're going to do this. So you're going to Magic Kingdom, and it's $15 per person per day. So I'm assuming if you park hop after 2 to Epcot, you're still covered, okay? So for 4 people, that's $60 for one day, $60. That covers all these rides except these 2. So say you really want to go on the Mine Train and Space Mountain, but it's a 90-minute, 2-hour wait, and it's hot. It's 90 degrees, feels like 120, you're sweating, you're dying, and then you decide, okay, let's do the Lightning Lane. Obviously, nobody is forcing you to do this, but you want to get in quicker, you want to bypass the ride. So we don't know the cost of that, but it's probably going to be at least $10 per person. So for each ride, if you have family of 4, that's $40. So now, boom, you're at $100 just for the day, just to get on rides quicker. If you decide to do Space Mountain Lightning Lane as well, that's another $40. So you're up to $150 pretty much for the privilege of getting on these rides quicker. That's assuming you want to get on all these rides quicker. Now, if you only want to go on if you only want to use the Lightning Lane and the other rides, you'll just wait in a regular line. Okay, you can do that, but it's still, if you have a family of 4, it's going to cost you for one ride $40. So if you do 2 rides, that's $80. So if you're at the park, you have to be really careful if you're on a budget to really keep track of this. You know, because you got your Magic Band, and I'm assuming it's going to be attached to your Magic Band. It's attached through the app, and you probably just swipe your app, and boom, it's going to like get deducted off your account. or come right out of your bank account. I'm not sure how the finances work. Right now, like if you stay on property, you get a magic band, and you could use your magic band to open your door. You can use your phone to open your door. You can use your phone or your magic band to pay for things. And then you just get a big bill at the end of your trip. And you're like, oh my gosh, I just spent $1,000 on stupid crap that I probably should have been more careful. You have to be really careful to track this stuff. So I'm not sure if it's going to be a direct debit right off your bank card, or if it's going to accrue and come off at the end of your trip. I'm assuming it's just going to deduct your money, in real time. So Epcot, we have the rides for the Disney Genie, the short film, Frozen. Oh, that's interesting. Imagination with Figment, Living with the Land, Remy's is Lightning Lane, of course. So you can pay extra. Now, I'd probably do this because, well, that depends. I don't know if my disability pass will work for this. We'll find out. But I would probably pay to do this, unfortunately, because I really want to ride that ride. And I guarantee you a lot of people are going to pay the extra money. So how fast is a Lightning Lane if everybody's paying the extra money to get on? Then the Lightning Lane becomes the slow lane. Soaring Around the World is Genie, Spaceship Earth Genie, and Test Track is Lightning Lane only. So those are the two rides at Epcot that are not included in the Genie Plus flat fee. Those are extra. Hollywood Studios, of course, Slinky Dog and Rise of the Resistance are Lightning Lane only. Everything else is the Disney Genie. Millennium Falcon, that's interesting. Disney Genie. The question is, again, the reservation system. How is this going to work? If you're staying on property and you have first dibs on this reservation system, what does that mean for people that are staying off property, or people like us that might come up for the day? That there's a lot of Floridians that just come up for the day. A lot of Floridians that are annual pass holders that'll drive 2 or 3 hours like we do, go for the day and go home. I mean, when we drive up to Disney, we'll see 10 or 12 cars, sometimes more, with the annual pass magnet on their car, and they got the ears, man. They're going to Disney. You see them on the turnpike, they stop, they're going to Disney, you can tell. So it'll be interesting to see how the reservation system works. I hope it is not like Rise of the Resistance, where they open it up at 7 and it's booked by 7:05. Okay, Animal Kingdom, Lightning Lane is Avatar and Kilimanjaro. That's interesting. Disney Genie, plus Dinosaur, Everest. So Everest is not a Lightning Lane. Bug, Kali River Rapids, the Navi River Journey, and the Animation Experience. Boy, they need more rides at Animal Kingdom. Lightning Lane only attractions are rumored to be exclusive to Lightning Lane purchases and not included with Disney Genie Plus. Whew. Okay, so we've gotten a lot of comments on this yesterday, and a lot of you guys are not happy about this new system. I'm not either. There's so many things that could... I don't know. It just seems like, I think the main issue seems to be that more people have over the money, which the money is a problem. But a lot of people just don't like this endless reserving things. That it's complicated. I know people that have made spreadsheets to plan their Disney vacation. That doesn't sound like fun to me. The thing is, when you're an annual pass holder and you live in Florida, you go all the time. So if you don't go on a ride, it's no big deal. You're like, I'll come back next month and I'll ride it. Or, I'll come in 2 weeks. I'll get here earlier. Like my husband's been trying to get on Rise of the Resistance again and again. He's been on it one time. He went on the opening day. And he's tried about 3 or 4 times since. He can never get into the reservation. So he's getting frustrated, but he's like, well, I'll try next month, But the people that come once every 3 or 4 years, or maybe just once, and they save up and they come for 2 weeks, or what about the people that come from Europe and they come for 2 weeks at a time and they're spending $10,000, $15,000? How is it fair for them if they can't get on these rides? Especially if you pay. Now, I'm not too familiar with the old Fast Pass system because, like I said, we used a DAS when I was in the park. But somebody left a comment that there were times through the Fast Pass that it was booked, a ride was booked, and they couldn't get a return Fast Pass. And back in the old days when they used to give us a ticket, that would happen sometimes too. They'd say, oh, we don't have any more for the day. So my concern is you pay for this early in the morning. How many were they going to sell? What if the hotel people get it first and then it's sold out? Are they going to limit it? I'm sure they have to put some kind of cap on it because they don't want the fast pass lane. Well, I guess not. Everybody used the fast pass before when it was free, you know? So I guess they won't. They'll just limit to the amount of people in the park, and it'll just work basically the same way. You're just paying for it. But if you pay for it and they run out of spots, that's different than if it's free. If it's free and you go and a ride is full and you can't get a fast pass return time, you're like, okay, well, that's the breaks. But if you pay for that privilege and it's not available, you're gonna have some very unhappy people at the end of the day. Well, I shelled out $60 and I didn't get to go on 2 rides that I really wanted to go on. And you're gonna see a lot of people demanding their money back or getting a credit. I just don't think this is a good idea. I think if you are gonna do something like this, even Universal, somebody had said that they don't guarantee spots if you pay for the express. But I think if they're going to do something like this and they're going to have a flat fee that you pay, it should include all the rides and it should guarantee that you will get access to all the rides, but especially if you're paying. But I don't think there's a guarantee with this. So anyway, if you want to go to blogmickey.com, it's a great blog and you can see, we also have it in our Facebook group, Main Street Moments. If you want to join the group, you can look at this whole list, and this is what I really want to show you today. So again, you have all the rides included with the Disney Genie Plus, and when it says *LL only, that is not included in the paid Fast Pass system. That is an extra charge. We don't know what it is, but it's going to be per person per ride, and you can buy 2 at a time. You could buy 2 at a time. So if you wanted to buy these 2 for the day, family of 4, and it's $10 each, you're paying $80 to get on these rides quicker. Now you can wait in line, you know, and wait 2 hours and not pay. That's your choice. But that's the way it goes. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I hope this is good information for you. We're trying to provide you guys with information to plan your trips. And thanks so much. Please like and subscribe to Main Street Moments, and this is Kathy. Have a good day.